So stop asking why and ask these questions instead. Okay, so you might be going through a hard time. Difficult circumstances come. You might be going through a health crisis or financial difficulties or problem with family or friends, difficult people, right? And you might be asking why? Why me? Why me, God? Right? And that may not be the best question to ask. And why? Because when you ask, why me? Why now? Why this? That gives you the victim mentality. It just is, it just has victim plastered all over it. Victim, victim, I'm helpless, right? Why me? Why me, God, right? Before I go any further, I have to say that this is not my original content. This is from my notes that I learned from Graham Cooke on this awesome app. So if you'd like to get more teaching like this, definitely get the 5-day free trial of this app. And if this is on YouTube, I'll include the link in the description below. If it's on Facebook, just send me a message or comment the number 5 below. Okay, according to Graham, asking why me is an invalid question that makes you an invalid if you ask it. That was pretty good. I had to write that down. Again, asking why me is an invalid question that makes you an invalid if you ask it. Instead of asking God, why me, ask Him, what do I need to see in this particular situation? What do you want me to see? Show me how you see it. So you're in these tough situations, you got chronic disease, you've got family issues, financial problems. Father, how do you see this? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Or what are you seeing that I'm just not getting, right? Sometimes I'm a little thick-skulled, a little stupid. Don't get things right away, right? I only can see things sometimes in my own circumstances, and that self-pity, like, this is a horrible situation. I can't believe this is happening, right? Why me? Blah, 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 poor me. And then, sometimes you might feel like you've got to go to other people then and complain to them so that you get a little bit of sympathy. Because you know what? Sympathy can feel pretty good. Sympathy can feel pretty good and feel kind of a need in there, but actually it does nothing then to change you, right? You're missing out on what God's trying to teach you through this or show you through this tough trial. So at Pentecost, there were 2 very important questions asked, and they were, what does this mean? What does this mean, right? And then after that, what must I do? What must I do? What does this mean? What must I do? Can you imagine if you started asking those questions when tough times come? Because now you're not powerless. Now you're not a victim. Now it's not poor me. Now it's not self-pity. Now there's something you can actually do from it or learn from it, or better yet, become more Christ-like, right? Become more like Christ. Start changing. Don't stay where you are, but become the person that God intended for you. Another great question to ask God is, what does this mean for my relationship with you? Or what does this mean for who I am, right? My identity. God may be calling you to a deeper area of faith or trust in Him. He may be calling you to love someone that's very difficult to love. And in that case, you may want to ask God, hey God, can you show me how you see them, right? How God sees that person and the love He has for them is probably a lot different than the way you're seeing them right now in this circumstance. And another question from Graham that is a much better alternative to asking the why me question is, Father, what is it that you want to be for me now that I have this situation that you couldn't be before I had it? I thought that one was pretty excellent. What is it that you want to be for me now that I have this situation that you couldn't be before I had it? Right? When things are just smooth sailing and everything's going well, God can't be that person for you that He can be for you during trials and hard situations, right? Maybe God wants to be your provider. He wants to be the father who loves you. He wants to be your healer. And if you didn't have financial difficulties or problems with people or sicknesses, right, then you don't have to rely on God for anything. You can't really learn his true personality or his love for you and his provision for you unless you go through these things. So don't waste a trial. Don't waste a trial. Don't go through a trial and end up being the same person you were before. If you were the same person you were before you went to the trial, then you went through it for nothing. And God may have you repeat that test. He may have you repeat that until you get it and you learn from it the thing that he wanted you to learn from. So maybe if you keep having the same type of trial over and over and over again, like you still have people problems, or you still have financial problems, or you still keep getting sick, right? Maybe you're just not getting what God has for you, the goodness and the things he wants you to learn, and how he wants you to become more like him and just go to a higher level, right? So if you don't want to keep going through these same old things, see what God is wanting you to learn from it. So comment below if you are finding yourself going through the same thing over and over and over again. So again, instead of asking why me and getting into that victim mentality, ask the Father, Father, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? And it'll be totally life-changing. At least that's what I learned from Graham Cooke, and I'm going to start trying that myself. And if you do too, let me know how it goes. And again, if you would like to get the 5-day free trial of this app where he has like over 600 videos of just amazing teaching, just check the link below or message me or comment 5 in the comments, and I will be sure to get you that link. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.